Clapperboard 1992 Cricket World Cup. The Rise of Champions, Imran Khan's Legacy. White Medium Star Part 1. The Fall Before the Rise. If you're someone who believes cricket is just a game, you might want to stay until the end of this story. Because this is not just about runs, wickets, or trophies. This is about failure, about belief when everything is falling apart, and about a captain who refused to surrender even when the world had already written his team off. Before we begin, if you enjoy powerful sports stories like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what you are about to hear is not just history, it is inspiration carved into reality. Cloud with rain, when everything started breaking apart. The year was 1992. The Cricket World Cup was being played in Australia and New Zealand, two of the toughest conditions in world cricket. Teams arrived with confidence, strategy, and expectations. But one team arrived with something very different: doubt. That team was Pakistan. From the very first matches, things started going wrong. Loss after loss, mistakes after mistakes, pressure after pressure. Nothing seemed to work. The batting collapsed at crucial moments. The bowling lacked control. The fielding created more problems than solutions. And slowly, something even more dangerous than defeat began to grow. Belief was disappearing. Broken heart, a team on the edge of elimination. Inside the dressing room, silence became louder than words. Players avoided eye contact. Criticism from the media grew stronger every day. And fans back home began losing hope. Then came the headlines that hit hardest. Pakistan might be out of the tournament. It was not just a prediction. It felt like a verdict that the journey was already over. But not everyone was ready to accept it. High Voltage, the captain who refused to break. At the center of all this pressure stood one man, Imran Khan. He was not just a captain. He was carrying the weight of a nation's expectations on his shoulders. While others saw failure, he saw something else. A team that had lost direction, not potential. But even for him, this moment was not easy. Late nights, silent thoughts, and the burden of responsibility surrounded him. Because he knew one thing very clearly. If this team did not change now, everything would end here. Fire, the turning point that no one expected. One day, inside the dressing room, everything felt dead. No energy, no confidence, no words. That is when Imran Khan stood up. Not to shout, not to blame, but to awaken something inside his players. He looked at them and said, "You are forgetting who you are." A pause. Then he continued, "You are not a defeated team. You are cornered tigers." That single sentence changed everything. Something shifted in the room, not instantly in results, but in mindset. And in tournaments like this, mindset is everything. Cricket game, the first signs of comeback. The next matches did not look like the beginning of a miracle, but they looked like something had changed. Players started fighting for every run. Bowlers started believing in every delivery. Fielders started chasing every ball like it mattered. And slowly, Pakistan started winning. Not perfectly, not easily, but consistently. The team that was once written off was suddenly refusing to die. Tornado from doubt to belief. With every match, confidence returned. Opponents who once underestimated Pakistan began to take them seriously again. The media narrative started shifting. Pakistan is still alive. Pakistan is making a comeback. Pakistan is dangerous again. But inside the dressing room, no one celebrated too early. Because they knew the real battles were still ahead. And the biggest challenges were yet to come. Crossword, the fire has been lit. One evening, before a crucial match, the dressing room was silent again. But this silence was different now. It was not fear. It was focus. Imran Khan looked at his team and said, "We have come too far to turn back now." And in that moment, something powerful was born. Not just a strategy, not just a game plan, a belief. A belief that would carry them all the way to history. Glowing Star, into Part 1. The story begins. At this point, Pakistan was still far from winning the World Cup. But something had changed forever. A broken team had found its identity again. A struggling side had rediscovered its fight. And a captain had lit a fire that could no longer be extinguished. But this was only the beginning. Because what comes next is not just a comeback. It is one of the greatest cricket stories ever told. Backhand index pointing right continued in Part 2. Pakistan's winning momentum, the semi-final battle, and the road to the final at Melbourne. If you want, I can go.